What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Anna Eilina. We're going to be tapping into what to expect from April 7th to about April 13th. In there, we do have the Libra full moon on April 12th around between 8 and 9 p.m. That's Eastern time. So make sure you go ahead and adjust that to your time zone or wherever you are at in the world. I'm going to start with a small day-to-day breakdown. I'm going to have that time stamped, and then we're going to go through the all signs, okay? From Aries to Pisces, from the rooter to the tutor, all right? Happy New Year. I'm going to do a quick sound check, and then we're going to go ahead and hop right into it, okay? I appreciate you guys being here today. If you make it in, whatever time you make it in and out of the stream, please don't forget to hit the like button. That's outside of that little heart that you see in the chat. I like that too, but also hit the like button outside of that chat, which is the thumbs up that you will see. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get this sound check down, and we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. All right. Give me 1 second, please. Let's go ahead and check the sound. Okay. The sound is just lovely. The sound is beautiful. So we're on. All right, guys. Again, this is our what to expect for today, you know, give or take. Maybe some of this stuff took place yesterday or something, but from April 7th to about April 13th. And remember, we do have a Libra full moon, which takes place on Saturday, April 12th. Okay. I think this full moon is significant. Okay. Because the ruler of it is Venus. And I think that's significant because Venus has been retrograde. Y'all know we've been doing the Venus retrograde love readings, but also Venus goes direct the very next day. So for me, it's like whatever this Venus retrograde has been about, I feel like the Libra full moon really brings it to a head, really illuminates things so that it's ready to be closed out, because obviously it's a full moon. And then again, Venus stations direct the very next day, like ready to go ahead and let's go ahead and move forward. And remember that Venus, when she does start to move forward, she's going to have to retrace those steps. So she's going to have to retrace where she just came from, but she's moving forward now. She has clarity. She knows where she needs to end things. She knows where she is enjoying things, where her loyalty lies, where her pleasures are, okay? Or she knows like what direction she would like to go in to explore that, okay? So wherever Venus has been retrograding in your life, you could see that kind of come up. Now there's going to be another reading that I'm going to do for the full moon specifically, but it's going to be included in this week as well. All right. I want to say that is it. So let me go ahead and start with the breakdown, and then I'll get Aries' name on the screen so that we can go ahead and get started reading for you guys. All right. Again, this is going to be timestamped. So if you just want to skip over the collective breakdown, go right to your sign, feel free to. Don't forget to hit the like button. I appreciate it. Okay, we are in, also stay safe. I woke up again to tornado sirens. Like, I don't know how many times I have to say it, y'all. We ain't in Kansas no more, Toto. Like, if you know, all of this, oh, I've never experienced this. Oh, that's never happened. We are in such a new world, okay? So be safe out here, y'all. And a special thank you to our meteorologists, our storm chasers. Like, y'all been saving my life. Like, seriously, thank you, okay? This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the real celebrities, the real superheroes that, excuse me, I had a call come through. The real superheroes and celebrities that deserve that praise, that honor, that admiration from us, our community helpers, the people that are making our kids smarter, the people that are saving our lives on an everyday basis. So thank you guys very, very much. You have saved my life. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead now and tap in. Okay. So start off the week today, Monday. We have Venus retrograde conjunct Saturn. That's a big point because I think otherwise a conjunction is pretty positive. But I think because Venus is retrograde, there could be a little tension here. And I think this is more around, okay, I wasn't going to say that, Spirit, but like self-preservation. Okay, and I see how that makes sense. what could be happening, and I experienced it a bit this rising today as well, is a lot of not, I don't want to say so much overthinking. Mercury did station direct today, but he's not yet, you know, moving forward and picking up that momentum yet, and still has to get out of his shadow. There could be a lot of like internalized, I would say, criticism. I think I even wrote that. Yep, internalized criticism on my notebook notes. I have notebook notes and then I have laptop notes. So internalized criticism, you could feel like, and I feel like this might come to a head Wednesday, where you're constantly overthinking something, or over analyzing, over being overly semantical, trying to get all the details, so much so that you never start. Okay, so some of that you might start to feel with this Venus Saturn conjunction, but I think another aspect of that is really getting serious, like really getting understanding what it is that you want to get serious about. And with Venus, it's probably something of a creative nature. It's probably something that's flowing, and it's not forced, and it shouldn't feel forceful. Okay, it's easygoing. But I feel like this is being worked on more internally because Venus is retrograde. And I think because it's happening internally, it can create a little bit of conflict there. So again, I think Venus is the big player this week. I think Venus is really starting to hone in on what she's been trying to get us all to understand. Okay, what do you really enjoy? What are you actually disconnected from? Which takes me into Tuesday, where we have the Leo moon squaring Uranus. Okay, all right. This is where I feel like egos could be tested. Okay, whether that be yours, whether you are witnessing that in someone else, whether you're witnessing that collectively, okay, just in the energies. I do feel like, obviously, we know Uranus is surprising. Uranus is expect the unexpected. Uranus is fast. It's a lightning flash. So things can happen in a flash, i.e. me being in a tornado last week, literally a week from today. But I do feel like where this could be a problem is where people are overly attached to their possessions. They're overly attached to their connections, to their status, in a way that they think that these things provide actual security, when that's an illusion, right? So I feel like that could come up. Okay, that could be triggered up with this. Again, with the egos. Okay, so I feel like we could also see this playing out in such a way where you have people, again, who have overly attached themselves to these illusionary things that are not truly in alignment with who they authentically are or where they want to go. We could see these people really have some shakeups with that stuff. With Uranus, you know, really have some unexpected shifts around those things that they're so heavily attached to. So if it's money, some unexpected shakeups and shifts around there, right? To what they think is secure, right? To what we think is real. So there's big, I think, ego check energy coming in on Tuesday. Again, I'm gonna go back to Venus. I think Venus is really trying to get us to tap in. Okay, like, are you really on the path of authenticity? Does this really reflect who you are? Does this relationship really reflect who you are? For some people, it might be relationships. Are you with somebody just, you know, for vanity, for connection, for, you know, I don't know, insert the thing, right? Insert the thing. Is there actually love there? Is there actually a desire to grow? Are you actually passionate about this? Or are you just attached to this? And then if this whole thing, if the rug gets pulled from under your feet, does your whole world collapse? Does your whole world collapse? Like, I think that is a very big question to ask. Like, I think that's like the overarching question there is like, would your world completely collapse? Would you feel like there's nothing more to live for, or you have no other purpose than this thing or these people or this thing you've attached yourself to, whatever it might be, okay? I want to just make a quick note that between Tuesday and Wednesday, the sun is going to reach exaltation in Aries at 19 degrees. So in exaltation is just like those Aries qualities are literally being exalted. They're being celebrated. So in the higher vibration of that, that could be all of those positive things about Aries: vitality, confidence, pioneering things, starting things, independence. I feel like on the lower vibration, again, we run into the ego themes. Okay, so be mindful of that. Don't get caught up in your ego. Like, do not let your ego get you caught up in things this week, or have you holding on to things that are meant to be released or let go of. All right, because the ego will do that if it feels like its identity is being threatened. And again, might not be you. You might be witnessing this, okay? But a good quote that came to me with this is: true leadership is courageous and considerate. Let your fire warm the world, not scorch it, okay? So just be mindful of that, because, yeah, they're playing feeling myself. I'm feeling myself, okay? And I feel like the sun at 19 degrees of Aries could really feel like that. But, we don't want to swing the pendulum too far in any direction, so keep it balanced, okay? But you can feel yourself, okay? On Wednesday, what happens Wednesday? The Virgo moon squares Jupiter in Gemini. Let me make sure that's right. Is that right? Yeah, April 9th. The Virgo moon squares Jupiter in Gemini. This is where I was talking about where some overthinking could come in. Overthinking to the point that it keeps you stagnant, it keeps you stuck. You never take the first step. You never put the project out. You never do it. You never, partially, okay, because the big note that I wrote here was this could be a checkpoint to stop overthinking and feel your way to the next move. Again, another Venusian energy. That's why I feel like this week Venus is really like going hard, because she's about to station direct. Like, it's time for some solutions. It's time to actually take action on these things that she's been retrograding with and about. Okay. So right, a checkpoint to stop overthinking and feel your way to the next move. So I feel like partially this could be that because Jupiter is in Gemini, Jupiter's throwing out hella ideas in Gemini, okay? Hella stuff. And I think the Virgo moon is very, so fun. Virgo moon is very particular. So I just kind of picture it like the Virgo moon asking Jupiter, or like, you slow down. I didn't get the details for this yet. And I didn't write that down yet. And like, so it can get real semantical, and then that can get really, I feel like, overwhelming. And I don't feel like this has to be necessarily a super negative thing, y'all. I feel like it can just, again, feel overwhelming. So I feel like the best guidance for that day, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you can't really hone in on one thing or focus in on one thing, like, see, my head is literally, I feel it getting light. Okay, so get out the head. Get out the head. And you're going to have to really, even though Venus, this is the challenge because Venus is still retrograde until the end of the week, until after the full moon. But you're going to really have to tap into what Venus has been pointing you to and aligning you with. Okay. Which of these many ideas that Jupiter and Gemini is going to be throwing out do you actually align with? Do you actually give a fuck about? Are you, that you're actually passionate about? That's the direction. Okay, that is a direction. Like, it's just no soup and saucing that up. Like, that is the direction that you want to go in. Venus did not go through this retrograde for nothing. Okay. All right. Let's get to Thursday. Thursday. I heard as soon as I got into Thursday's energy, April 10th, which this is the day where we have a lot of moon transits. Not really a lot of other things happening, but the moon transits. And then the moon goes into Libra, preparing us for the full moon later this night around like 9:15 p.m. But the song that I heard for Thursday was that, I think it's The Weeknd and Daft Punk, that I feel it coming, babe. There's like this anticipation, I feel like, in the air, or that you'll start to feel. And if you're super sensitive, probably you're feeling it this whole week leading up to the full moon. But I feel like Thursday, is like a day of emotional cleansing. I think it's a day that's really going to maybe snap some emotions, some mental insights really into place. This could happen through way of like your boundaries being tested, maybe opportunities coming up that require some action. All in all, I feel like Thursday, whatever transpires, because it's going to be different for so many people, because the moon makes so many aspects, and the moon rules the public and the people, us, right? So everybody's going to be going through different things. Whatever it is, though, I feel like it is preparing us to have clearer hearts and minds, okay, to get us ready for the Libra full moon, because Libra does rule the 7th house, and that is our house of one-on-one relationships. There will be endings, there will be closures, there will be changes to relationships, possibly upgrades. For some, it won't be some ending of like finality, right? But perhaps a relationship is ending in one form and transforming to another form, okay? For others, this is endings, okay? This is complete endings in some types of in some type of relationship. All right. And this is to restore the balance. This is to restore the balance. And I think Venus was a big player in us restoring this balance. Venus really had us all thinking and reconnecting to things that we really care about. The things we actually care about. I think that's what this week is about. Venus is like really asking you to be real. Do you actually care about this thing? Do you actually see this going somewhere? Are you actually passionate about? Do you still love that? Like, can it really be rekindled? Whatever the question is. I feel like it gets serious this week, and it starts today. Venus retrograde conjunct Saturn. Excuse me. Mercury is just starting to turn direct. Okay, I'm still tripping over words here and there. Okay, that leads us into into that Thursday. I feel like something that will help remembering, okay, that we are trusting real connection over fantasy. Okay, real connection. Okay, where you're really connected, where it's really aligned with you, over the illusion of things, the false senses of security. All right, so that takes us into Friday, where we are also still preparing for the full moon. I just wrote down a quote for Friday, that of how I interpreted the energy, because we do have the moon trining Pluto. So I wrote, now that you have sorted through your emotional noise and grounded yourself, here is access to your inner power. Trust it. And we are gifted that inner power from the moon trining Pluto just before Saturday, where we have the Libra full moon. And I feel like that moon trining Pluto helps us to trust ourselves. It helps us to trust these very deep and transformative emotions that we've been feeling, that we have been sorting through this week. I'm hearing emotional baggage for some. Okay, that is really aiding us in making whatever decisions are going to have to be made with this Libra full moon. Okay, I am hearing this old Frank Ocean song from his early mixtape, Nostalgia Ultra, which is crazy. Nostalgia's been heavy in the air with the Pisces stellium, but I'm hearing There Will Be Tears. That's the name of a song, and I'm just hearing the hook of that. There will be tears. And he says, I have no doubt. Okay, so I mean, I feel like part of this Libra full moon, if I'm being completely honest, can be bittersweet. I mean, Libra is like two sides of something, right? But it is meant to balance things out. Okay. Quick note, the day after the full moon on April 13th, the moon's gonna go into Scorpio, obviously, because that comes after Libra, and then it's going to square Pluto. So I feel like whatever happens, okay, at the full moon, whatever is illuminated for you, whether that's internally or externally, I feel like your emotions about it go deeper. Now you go into the abyss, into the depths of these emotions, because you're being asked to process whatever you've been through emotionally, like on a deep soul level now. Like now it's fully illuminated, whatever it is, and you need to sit in that. Okay, so That doesn't have to be bad. Okay, I'm not telling you sit and be depressed and shit. Like, that doesn't have to be bad, but it's just like, do not resist the intensity because it's really irresistible. The Scorpio moon squaring Pluto, also ruled by Scorpio. So, that is what I have for our collective breakdown. Again, that's going to be time-stamped, guys. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and get ready for Aries, okay? Before we do that, just so you have a reference for the full moon this week, and I'm going to have another reading for the full moon, but the moon is going to be 20 degrees of Libra. That's represented by the Four of Swords. If you want to do your research on that, again, you can see it's about rest. It's a lot of what Venus has been doing as well. Resting, recuperating, thinking while resting, like really toiling with something. And the sun is going to be at 23 degrees of Aries, which is represented here. I'm sorry, my ring light's creating a glare. By the Four of Wands, which is about stability. It's about our foundations. It's about feeling very stable and firm. And so that's what Venus has really been aligning us with. Like, what is truly in alignment to create that foundation of stability for us to actually be able to build upon long-term. Venus conjunct Saturn today. Venus retrograde conjunct Saturn today. All right, that is what I have for our collective breakdown. Let's go ahead and get Aries on the screen. Let's get into it. I have so many devices. I'm like, Mercury's direct, but Mercury ain't moving that fast yet. So had to check my sound and all that good stuff. I think I'm gonna use this deck for you guys. This is the Wandering Star. Let me get I thought I put your name on the screen. Here we go. Aries. Yes. All right, we in there. It's on there. It might be a delay here on YouTube. I'm not sure. But this deck is called the Wandering Star Tarot. All right. Let me get some water, and Aries, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm looking at your chart, so I'll be looking back and forth. Bear with me. I've been drinking strawberry water. I love flavored water. I used to hate it, but I really like that brand. Okay. Aries, I really do feel like there is a lot that Venus has been maybe bringing to your attention about your past. Okay, Mercury just went direct in your house of the past, and so there could have been a lot of thoughts about the past. You really thinking about, your past, your upbringing. I'm hearing deeply seated, deeply rooted. So for a lot of you, your childhood, I mean, you're not escaping that energy with Mars at the belly of your chart, literally at the bottom of the chart where your lineage lies, where your mother lies. Okay, so for you guys, this Libra full moon is dead smack in your house of relationships. There's going to be endings. There's going to be changes. I don't feel like that's a secret to you. I don't feel like that's news to you. I don't. I feel like that's what you've been reevaluating because Venus rules that house for you. It rules the house where we're having the full moon. So you've already been having some illuminations around your relationships. Have you been overgiving? Are people reliant too much on your resources? Is it depleting you? There could be, your life could be heading in a new direction, and you could be wanting to align yourself with people maybe more like you, more on a spiritual path. Do your relationships support your spiritual journey? Because you're also leaning into that as well for the next year and a half or so. Some of y'all could be doing therapy and engaging in things like that as well, with the 12th house stuff going on in North Node in your 12th house. All right, let's go ahead and tap into what you can expect. Let's break it down a little semantically with the cards. You have the Empress. Literally, that's Libra. The Empress is Libra because that is, I mean, that's Venus because that's Taurus and Libra right there. So yeah, Venus is your key this week. It's a challenge here. I'm hearing, don't you know, no good. Okay, if you know, you know. That's from Martin. But yeah, I'm hearing that in reference to some people that you are in relationship with. For a lot of you, it's feminine energy. Okay, the King of Wands. Your challenge could really be awakening to your own power, as the sun is literally going to be exalted in your sign this week. So you could have a surge of power I'm hearing watch it from you, that Missy song, watch it. I need a glass of water. Okay, so watch it. Aries, that you don't scorch. Remember, warm the earth with your confidence, with this exaltation in your sign, but don't scorch people. Okay. But you definitely are, I mean, I don't know how that might play out in your relationships, because I mean there's definitely a full moon there. What's the guidance for Aries this week? The Six of Wands. No more fear of being seen. That's for sure. Even though you have a stellium in the 12th house, you might want to hide away. You might feel comfortable in that energy. You have the Six of Wands here. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Some of you, okay, some of you don't want to be seen like by the same people that you've been seen by. Okay, some of you, that's people you've been in a relationship with. For some of you, that's family. Some of you, that's your mother. Some of you, it's people that live with you that you see every day. Okay, that you interact with every day. And this could be because maybe for a long time you people pleased, or you felt like you had to do a lot to get these people's attention. Clarify the Empress. Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, and the Emperor here. So, oh my God, that's crazy. That's a pair. You have the Emperor and the Empress here. And the Emperor is you. And so I feel like what is happening is like what's maybe really coming through for you and clicking this week, Aries. It's like you are receiving, possibly in your relationships, a reflection, okay, of, you know, maybe not having a clear self-worth or a clear knowledge of who you are or the power that you possess. Okay, so I'm hearing you are digging deep, and I can see that with the North Node in your 12th house. I mean, it's real woo-woo. So you're really digging deep here, and I feel like you could have definitely been around a lot of people who could have used you, you know what I'm saying? Could have been, again, depleting you, depleting your resources with you for the wrong reasons, okay? Not maybe having a strong spiritual foundation, okay? Four Swords, Five of Cups here, and the Seven of Wands. I feel like the challenge could be you facing maybe a fear of loneliness. Okay, I do feel like you're going to be aligned with the right people, but you might not feel that right now because Venus is again retrograde during this full moon and won't turn direct until afterwards. So Venus is our relation, our connection with people. It's our relationships, you know, so there could be hesitancy about ending something, even though it's good for you. Okay. Six of Wands, the Eight of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Tower here. So I really feel like Aries, and the Tower is also you because that's Mars and Scorpio. I feel like the biggest guidance for you for this week, Aries, is to really definitely get out of your head, and you're gonna have to really be comfortable being seen in a different light, and this might cause you to be more assertive. Okay, I'm hearing disappearing act. I can see that with the 12th house, but then after that I'm hearing bold. So I do feel like for some of, and I'm hearing supercharged. Yep. Now, for some of you, as I pull your last card, which could act as an affirmation, that's totally up to you if it resonates with you. It's 12-12 right now. For some of you, this action, the action part of this might take place next week or after this full moon, but you might know full and well during this week what relationships you need to let go of. Aries rising, this is for Aries rising especially. Okay, I just want to clarify that because I heavily set my charts to that. Okay, so if it's not resonating for your sun sign, please do check your rising sign, which might be more resonant. Aries, your final card says, I care for the earth. I care for the earth. I feel like this is really turning your turning your energy and your efforts away from like people, not all people, but the people that you've been like over serving and over giving to, and really giving that energy to yourself. There's also a pregnant woman being depicted here. Okay, so again, there could be, I'm hearing the word rebirth. That's 12th house, first house energy, where everything's happening for you. So again, there could be messages, very deep messages about the mother, about feminine energy, about you know, being born again. Oh, wow. Yeah, like really being born again. For some of you, I don't know why I'm hearing that, being born into a different family. I don't know what that means. I feel like that's like a past life reference. So some of you could really be, your dreams could have been popping during this time, especially with Mercury being in your 12th house. All right. So I would say the major key for you guys, again, Aries, assertion. Okay, healthy assertion and healthy boundaries. All right, that's what I have for you, Aries. I'm gonna go ahead and get the chart set for Taurus. Taurus, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but I'm going to say it. I'm hearing the cheer from, if y'all ever seen that movie Bring It On. I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that. Awesome. Oh well, like totally freak me out. I mean, right on. Taurus sure is number one. Like, I don't know why I'm hearing that. I do not know. I know I sound crazy saying that, but I have to say it. I can't worry about sound crazy. Okay. I'm hearing that, Taurus. Were you a cheerleader? I can see a Taurus being a cheerleader. Very beautiful energy. Very beautiful. Okay. Let's go ahead and get your chart set up just in case. Just in case I don't make it out tonight. Let me make love to you for the last time, baby. All right, let me get an incense going, Taurus. Taurus, this you know, Venus could have really been teaching you a lot about yourself. Some of you could be thinking about new looks. Okay, Taurus rising especially. Could be thinking about new looks, a new aesthetic, you know, a new way that you want to be seen. Venus also rules your everyday life. And that's where you're about to have the full moon. So something about that is changing. This could be your health habits, especially. All right, some of you really illuminating that, and I can see that being tied to your look as well. Okay, and again, Libra is relationships. So this could be work relationships for some of you. Relationships that frequent your everyday life, that are familiar to you. Could be changing. Now, I feel like for you, this does have some type of association with like groups or like associations or the public or something like that. So you could be changing your relationship to the public. You could be changing, if that's like, if you deal with the public or you deal with people for work or something like that, could be really shifting. Or again, something around your health, something around your daily habits is really being illuminated to close out, to balance out there. And it does have something to do with what Venus has been pointing you to. So let's get into how it could break down for you this week. Whoa, that shot out. That's the 5 of Swords and the Tower on the bottom of the deck. 5 of Swords, I mean, it's a card about drama, you know. It could be about, it's more so about like talking, gossip, lies, betrayal. Okay. The challenge is the Hangman. That's Piscean energy. It could be patience. It could be really listening to your intuition. What's in Pisces right now? Every goddamn thing. Venus is retrograde in Pisces. Mercury just turned direct in Pisces. Saturn is conjuncting Venus in Pisces. This could be about discipline for you. Okay. Especially if this has something to do with work or, again, other people. Which the 5 of Swords can be that. The card also says upheaval. My eyes went straight to that. So it could be something about that for you guys. Okay, what's the guidance here for Taurus? For some of you, this got to do with friends, judgment, and reverse here. Okay, is your guidance. So we need to talk. Judgment is Scorpio as well, and the Knight of Wands. So your temper could be something. I see Uranus. I see the culprit. I ain't gonna call Uranus the culprit though. Like, everything is purposeful. But what I do see is Uranus in your first house. And remember, Uranus will square, where's my notes? Uranus is gonna square the moon tomorrow. So it's we have some unexpected, and then Venus sextiles Uranus, so it's a lot of unexpected energy in the week. I woke up to tornado sirens today. I didn't expect that. Okay. So expect the unexpected. Now for you though, again, Leo is your fourth house. This could feel personal. That's why I feel like patience or something like that. You know, patience, you really need to exercise that, really need to consult your intuition. I'm hearing, is it worth it? Okay. Page of Cups. Yep. And that's why I was saying that Page of Cups coming out really makes me hone in on that Leo moon, which I feel like we could take super personal, because a Leo is very like about self, me. It's not a bad thing, you know, but it has its place. The Emperor. Okay. And the Mother Star saying yes. For some of you, this could be about control, whether that's you or another person, or feeling like something can be taken from you. It's something like that. It's something happening here with that Taurus. Okay. Feeling like you're out of control or something, or that someone or something has too much control over something. Okay. Yeah, because, and I see that for you. I'm going to foreshadow a little bit for you guys, because I do see the moon the day after the full moon. Yes. No. The same day. No, the day after the full moon. The day that Venus stations direct, the moon is going to be in Scorpio in your house of relationships. It's going to square Pluto in your house of career, status, public life, your image, how people see you. Okay, so I do feel like it has to deal with other people. 8 of Swords, 10 of Swords, okay, and Temperance out here. The challenge is most definitely patience. I think the test, okay, I think there is a quote-unquote test this week, which comes, I think, around that Thursday marker. I think it is a test of maturity. I do feel like we are being tested on growth, okay? Have we learned certain lessons about certain things? And I feel like you could be one of those ones who feels tested in particular, just kind of looking at how the cards are breaking down for you. And I feel like, again, Taurus, the challenge is your patience. The challenge is consulting your intuition before just acting impulsively. Excuse me. Okay, because I feel like something could be triggering, like and that is, I don't know, somebody could want a reaction. Okay. Or if it's just like your own mind, you know, something could be very triggering, and it could be something you wouldn't usually react to. Clarify the guidance. 9 of Pentacles, the 4 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands. You have to be so, I don't want to say emotionally removed, right? Okay, yeah. Venus is retrograde. You have to be so tapped out, but that's why I don't want to say emotionally removed, because you have to be tapped in. Rachel, hey girl, I did not see you. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you. I'm sorry, guys. I love when Rachel comes through. I love when all you guys come through and tap in. I appreciate it. Taurus. This is a thing where it's like you have to be so emotionally tapped in with who you are. Okay, with where you have grown from. A lot of you on a healing journey. I see this 11th, 12th house, you know, so a lot of you have been on a healing journey, on a leveling up journey. Some of you on a sobriety journey. Some of you leaving the dusties behind. Okay, so you could really be tested on that. And so just be mindful that your strength comes from within, your security. This is about like inward security. Okay, and remember, egos are going to be checked this week. You could be, Spirit could be, okay, let me get your card and then I'm going to wrap. Spirit could be like testing whether something still triggers your ego while exposing another person's ego, right? Like the person, say for instance, this is a person. For all of you, it might not be, okay? But say for instance, it is a person. You know, the universe could be putting their horrible ego, horrible attitude on display, but also testing yours at the same time. You know? I'm hearing, who's bad? Okay, so don't get in an ego fight. I'm telling you, do not get in a competition of egos. Nobody wins. you know, and it can be embarrassing, like, for no reason. Like, just move on in all of your regality, okay, and your royalty. That's how I feel. That's how I'm seeing it here. All right, you have 2 affirmations that you can use. This is crazy. This says, I relate in peace. Exactly. Peace, be still. You have no time. You have no time. You're leveling up. And you also have, I benefit with gratitude. And I do feel like you're going to be benefiting with gratitude because of these things happening in your 11th house. I feel like you're going to be aligned with people who are going to be able to take you to the next level. Okay. And some of this reaction could be from some of those people in that 5th house that the South Node is kind of doing away with. All right, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I appreciate you guys. Praying those messages are finding you well, helpful, and healing. Let's roll to Gemini. Gemini, as I come into your energy, let me go ahead and get your timestamp before I start talking, because then I'll be in doing the timestamps and talking about Gemini, but Taurus is still on the screen. I'm getting better. I'm getting better, guys. Gemini, I'm hearing Luther by Kendrick and SZA. Don't know what it means. Kendrick is a Gemini. Kendrick is a Gemini. Okay. All right, Gemini. Let me make sure our stream's still going. Okay, good. Gemini's on the screen. Okay, so let's see. Let me shuffle. Let's not rush into things. That's another thing. Don't rush. Venus doesn't like it, and she's already retrograde. Venus wants you to be very careful about what she is observing right now. Like, we ain't rushing, because part of this, all right, I guess we're rolling into your reading. I guess this has to do with your reading, Gemini. Part of Venus realigning through this retrograde is because we were so impulsive. We have been impulsive for so long. We've been aligning ourselves and connecting ourselves to things that we don't actually align with. They don't align with our authentic self. So, all right. For you, Gemini, that's around, okay, that could be around old habits and hobbies, friends, old romantic partners, okay, because Venus rules your 5th house. It also rules your 12th house. So these are lots of things from the past that you have been really reevaluating, and these could be things that you maybe have done in your career, okay, because Venus is at the top of your chart. Maybe these things had a lot to do with what made you who you are, or so you thought, right? Or to a certain extent, to a certain point, and now you have gotten to the point where you're reevaluating that. Do I still align with this? Okay. This, I also can't ignore that Venus rules a house of your children, if you have children, or children in general. All right, and so things could really be connected to that. There could definitely be some unexpected blast from the past, okay, with Uranus in your 12th house being activated this week. All right. Okay, let's see how this might break down for you this week in more of a semantical way with the tarot. Theme for Gemini. All right, you have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay, that's Pisces in reverse. That's your intuition in reverse. Or someone's intuition in reverse. The Empress on the bottom of the deck. That is Venus. Okay, it's the challenge. Challenge is the Chariot, movement. Okay, these are big cards too. I want you guys to be very mindful that the major arcanas, those are big life moves. Okay, court cards, those are people. Okay, people influencing or having some type of influence on the situation. Okay, and then our minor arcana, those are our everyday, our mundane things. So keep that in mind in your spreads, like to show you the magnitude of the energy or the shifts and changes that are happening for you. Okay, so the Chariot, there's a challenge with movement. Okay, Some of you, it could be about seeing someone clearly. Your guidance is the Ace of Cups. I'm hearing with love, which is usually at the end of like a letter or something, like as a farewell, as a goodbye, with love. You know, I'm hearing sayonara. Okay, as I say that, the Ten of Swords, and that's a Gemini card, heavy confirmation. Okay, whoa, the World, heavy freaking confirmation. The Ten of Cups. You have 2 tens out here, plus the World. Like, this is ending energy. And I feel like what's being illuminated for you this week, Gemini, could be something that maybe you ignored in the past. Yo, that's literally what I was saying. I literally just said Uranus in your 12th house, Gemini rising especially. This is why I'm being particular about the houses. I literally just said something from your past, something unexpected, like from your past, could come up. And really highlight for some of you, remember Mercury's direct now, could highlight where you ignored your intuition in the past. Okay, and it's coming up to come out. It's coming out to be cleared the out. Okay, you have 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups. The World is done. Okay, it's done. Okay, 7 of Swords up here, clarifying the Chariot, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Hangman. That's more Piscean energy out here. Clarify the guidance with the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the 6 of Pentacles, whew, and the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like for you guys, things could move quickly. I feel like things could move quickly just because of the Knight of Wands, or you're being encouraged to move quickly or to really act on something. Now, again, that's going to really have to be you honing in on your intuition. I cannot tell you how quickly to act, but you're going to feel it. Now, will you trust it? Okay. Clarify. Give me just one wild card for the 7 of Swords, please. Thank you. The 3 of Wands. The Empress. And the 9 of Wands here. Whatever this is, okay, remember you have the South Node in the 4th house too. I feel like whatever this is something, I feel like it's a decision. I feel like you're making a decision on something that you started uncertain about. Like you weren't really too locked in with your intuition on whatever this decision is or whatever you aligned yourself with. Some of you, I'm seeing it as a relationship. Some of you is family. Okay. South Node moving through your 4th house. You're about to have a full moon in the 5th house. Okay. And this is really, I think, helping you align with your future, with a new direction in your life, Gemini. Okay. So I feel like the guidance here is definitely, I'm hearing go where you are given to. Okay. So some of you may have overgiven in your relationships, in even your family life, your private life. Okay. Okay, let me get your affirmation card, Gemini. But this is big. Yeah, this is a huge ending. Like, this is a huge ending. I'm hearing off the heels of the eclipse season, right? Where you did have a lunar eclipse in the 4th house. Okay, really closing out like some deeply seated emotions, relationships, family connections, things from your past, your lineage, of course, in the 4th house. So, yeah, I feel like this week, again, just to reiterate, Taurus, Gemini, so we're clear. I feel like there is a consideration of a decision that you made in the past that you are really coming to your final decision about. Okay? And your card says, I am humble. I have to cover her chest. She's naked. Okay. It says, I am humble, but I will not be humbled. I heard that. I am humble, but I will not be humbled. All right. I feel like South Node moving through your 4th house could definitely be that. Black Moon Lilith has been in the 5th house of, Libra, which is relationships, people you date, romantic partners, and things like that. Even creative pursuits and hobbies. All right. So I feel like this is really not lowering yourself to be accepted. right? And there could be past decisions or instances or experiences where you did do that that are now coming up for reevaluation or for you to see that you were doing that. All right, that's what I have for you, Gemini. I appreciate you. I pray those messages find you well or helpful and healing. All right, Cancerians. Cancer. Ah, did I change your... I did not change your name. Let me do that. Moving on to Cancerians, guys. All right, Cancer, what's been happening? Okay. Venus could really have been like working on your home life, Cancer rising especially, okay? Cancer rising especially. Really working on your home life. Working on your connection to the feminine energies in your life, okay? If your mother's still living, to your mother. Again, if not to the other people in your life, like people I think that mean a lot to you, okay? So maybe reevaluating how you relate to those people. It's got something to do with your confidence and your self-worth as well. I think a lot of you have also been working on like how you fit into groups, how you fit into certain settings. Again, self-worth too. Really building upon your confidence. Mars has been moving through your first house, like literally building you up, hopefully, and making you more confident, making you less timid for some of you. Okay. And you're going to be having the full moon in Libra in your fourth house. Okay. Of home, family, your private life. Okay. So something really closing out and balancing out there. Let's see. All right, you have the Five of Pentacles for this week. We're going to break the energies down with the tarot to see how, get a little bit more details about how this big picture energy could break down for you into this week. It's the challenge for Cancerians here. You have the Emperor. Yeah, so assertion, standing up for yourself, being seen. The sun is going to be exalted in your most public house, the 10th house, between Tuesday and Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 3 p.m. What's the guidance? Eastern time. Judgment. Two major arcanas. The Magician on the bottom, kind of peeking out here, helping you or hoping you realize that you have everything that you need already. The Magician is a big sign of having everything that you need because the Magician practices alchemy with the 4 elements. Okay, so let's clarify the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Three of Cups, and the Three of Swords here. I'm hearing internalized, okay, which I can see there's definitely some internalized overthinking or some internalized criticism. I see that heavy for you. Okay, internalized criticism. Yeah. Again, in relation to groups, right? And so for you, that is possibly where some triggers could come up with Uranus in the 11th house. Okay. And it's going to be connected to your self-worth because of the Leo moon in your 2nd house. And then after the full moon, which again, we'll talk about this again, but then after the full moon, you're going to have that square, okay, between the moon and Pluto. Okay. Knight of Swords. I'm hearing some of you have moon square Pluto exactly in your chart. So you know the intensity of that. And the 10 of Wands. Oh, Wow. For some of you, there's a message coming through in your challenge, okay, about really not being so hard on yourself, Cancerians. And that really falls into theme with what I just said, this internalized criticism that I'm picking up on for you guys. Some of y'all, this is like a challenge. I don't know who or what maybe in the past could have made you feel like being overwhelmed or carrying a heavy weight is something that, like, I don't know, you have to do, or like if you can't do that, you're somehow weak, or you're not strong, or you can't take care of me, or right, because that could, I don't know, that could be something that happens when the Scorpio moon squares Pluto in your 8th house. Okay, so there could be these triggers coming up around that. Like, what really makes you strong? Okay, what do you believe that is? Like, what really makes you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing somebody puff their chest out, you know, like what? The fucking ego trips. That is what I was talking about, y'all. That's the ego challenges this week. Your ego is gonna get challenged. Another person's ego, you know, can get challenged in reference to you. Okay, and for you, yeah, that 4th house, it could have to do with home, with, you know, people closest to you, which could also play a factor in that. Clarify judgment. King of Pentacles. The Ace of Wands. I fucking love it. And the 4 of Wands. This is balance being restored in your home. Home, private life, or your internal emotional world, all represented by the 4th house. This is balance, baby. And you, I'm not going to say, I want to say you're back on top, but then that kind of like defeats the purpose of like balance. But this does feel like some type of balance is restored by way of your, by way of your self-assurance, your ability to be certain about who you are. I'm hearing no holds bars. Okay, like you knowing that you're worth more. I don't know. It's like really, I'm hearing trumping something. Yeah, because you had the South Node in your 3rd house. Really getting out of that overthinking. Really leaning into faith. Really leaning into what's happening at the top of your sky. Okay, so I hope that is supercharging you, Cancerians, and giving you that confidence here, because I feel like that confidence is going to be needed this week. Because your guidance here, okay, just to reiterate, is to stand 10 toes down, is to know that your worth is not dependent upon certain things. Maybe these 2nd house things where that Leo square is going to happen, or that 11th house for you. Okay. What's their affirmation card if they so choose to use it this week? What resonates and aligns best with these Cancerian spirit? Thank you. You have I am humble. Literally, Gemini just got this. I am humble. So I feel like I could say the same thing for you guys. I am humble, but I will not be humbled. I could say the same thing for you guys. That works. All right. That's what I have for you, Cancerians. I appreciate you, beautiful people. I pray those messages find you all are helpful and healing. We're going to go ahead and get to Leo. All right. I'm hearing jitters, Leo. I'm hearing jitters. Let me clear the energy out while I just kind of look at your chart and talk to you for just a sec. Venus could have really been pointing you to either like your, I don't know, things or people that you frequent a lot. Could be your environment. The 3rd house can be that, like your community, your neighborhood. Those are very like local places close to you, things you might frequent a lot daily. But also it's your mind. It's your learning mind. And your 10th house, which is career, your public life, how you're seeing your status in the world, your status in career. Okay, so Venus, and Venus is in a shared resource house. So it's really been maybe connecting those three, like, you know, really having you dig deep into maybe the communities that you're a part of, what you value in your career. There could be some shakeups, speaking of career, in that publicly. Okay, we have to say that because Uranus is in a very public part of your chart, so there could be some very public shakeups. Okay. And you're going to be having a full moon in your third house. Okay, so you actually might be closing out something, okay, in your neighborhood. Something might be closing out there. But I heavily feel like this is something that is directly connected to you because of the Venus association with this full moon. Be mindful of egos, okay? Be mindful of egos. You have a Leo moon that's going to be squaring Uranus in that 10th house this week, tomorrow. Okay, so be mindful. Look at that. Ace of Pentacles in reverse coming out. Justice on the bottom of the deck. There could be some legal stuff going on. You have a big stellium in the 9th house with shared resources. Okay, about something shared, about something that's not all the way yours, and it might not all the way be the other person's. Okay, there could be some unexpected shakeups around that this week. Okay, because in just a little foreshadow, the day after the full moon in Libra, you're going to have a Scorpio moon in your 4th house, very private, very personal, squaring your 7th house of relationships. Okay, it is connected. It is connected. Okay, what's the challenge? You have 2 cards. You have the 7 of Cups and the Devil. All right, some shit's being illuminated, dude. Like, seriously. Yeah. This could be about dishonesty. This could be about lies. This could be about, definitely about resources, okay, with Uranus in the mix and the Ace of Pentacles out here in reverse. I'm hearing a grave misjudgment. Okay, like a huge misjudgment of something. Okay, you could feel, because I see a snake in both of these and my eyes never pay attention to that snake. You know, you could feel like something is a bit deceptive. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you know, what's the guidance here for Leo? You have the 9 of Cups. You have Judgment out here and the 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So you have Scorpio energy out here. You have Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, if that means anything to you. 8 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, some of you might be cutting some ties. Okay, due to some type of lie, due to being sold some type of dream about some type, maybe a status, something that you were going to get, or something. It is something shared here. Okay, or some of you could be rethinking your connection to something, your relation to something, again based off like this past thing, because you've had Mars moving through your 12th house of the past. This could be, say for instance, like you signed a contract with somebody, right? Share resources, 8th house, and then 7th house. You signed a contract with somebody way back, however far or recent in the past. And since Venus has been retrograde and Mercury has been retrograde, now direct, you have been reevaluating your relation to that thing. Do you even like it? Does it still support you? Are you still in alignment with it? And for some of you, that reevaluation is coming by way of something being exposed. Okay. The Magician, the Mother Star saying yes, the 4 of Swords here. Oh, I'm hearing duped. I'm hearing got. Okay, so for some of you, this is the nature of that. Okay, the Magician, I feel like with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like can be a swindler. I'm hearing that word. Okay, King of Swords, Page of Cups. Okay, and the Page of Swords here. Yeah. And I think the challenge could really be seeing through the veil, seeing the truth of something. So remember, okay, remember, it's a big week of ego checks. Okay, it's a big week of illusions crumbling, of things that you thought were stable, but they were based off illusion. Okay, so just be mindful. And the King of Cups. And here's the thing. I feel like for you guys, there's a big emotional tie here. And that could have been why something may have happened, or some deception or something like that could have taken place because of an emotional tie that you have to something. But I do feel like this asks us, the guidance asks us to not overthink, and asks us to take the action that we feel most aligned with emotionally here. And it might not be, I mean, in the guidance, I don't see that being something super dramatic and super like, oh, I need to rah, rah, rah. Like, actually, the note that I wrote for the Uranus stuff is like, what did I write? I wrote a minor upset, but it's fixable. Okay, something is fixable. So just be mindful of that, okay? Because the Leo moon squaring Uranus is literally, it's in your sign. Okay, 25 degrees. It's in you. Okay. And so don't be, that's it what they were trying to get through. So I feel like Leo, they're saying also in this guidance, remember, this ego check is all about this moon square Uranus is all about, like, what are you tied to that is not in alignment with you, that you're just holding on to or attaching yourself to because of status, because of money, because all these things of false security, right? Like, again, remember, ask yourself, like, if this thing was to be taken away today, if I didn't have this thing today, like, would my whole world crumble? You know, is my whole identity based off this thing, based off this job, based off this man, based off this woman, based off my children? Like, you know. So what's the card for Leo? I live in truth, period. I live in truth. Feel free to use that as an affirmation this week, help you through the week and support you if you feel guided to, of course. All right, that's what I have for you guys, Leo. I appreciate you. I pray those messages find you well or helpful and healing. Please do hit the like button. I appreciate that. Going ahead and get into Virgo. And we rolling. Uh-oh, I'm hearing it, Virgo. I'm Virgo-licious. My body stayed vicious. I be up in the gym. Work on my business. Okay, let me stop. Stop. That was my gym. I used to think I was so cool, Virgo. Like, when she sing that really fast part, all the time I turn around, but this guy Brown always looking at me up and down, looking at my eyes. Be like, yes, yo, like, I am just the firest rapper. Like, it took me a long time to study those lyrics. You know, we used to pull up lyrics online and learn the words. So some randomness in your reading, Virgo. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's go ahead and tap in. Hi. All right, Virgo. Use. Okay. Let's settle into the energy. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. So you're another one. You've been having a lot of relationship action with these retrogrades because they've been going between your 8th and 7th house, really asking you what you value, because the 8th house is deep AF. Okay. And also, if we're foreshadowing a bit, you're going to have a full moon in your 2nd house. I do feel like there's an emphasis here on OPP, other people's property and resources. Okay. And there could be something coming to a culmination in those areas for you. Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering for some of you, If there's some things from the past, like some legal, maybe something from the past, okay, that could be like your unexpected thing this week. Some of you, I'm even kind of getting it as like, I don't know, something unexpected that happens like when you're out or when you're connecting with different people. There could be a trigger there. Okay, and it can have something to do with groups, associations, how safe you feel, how comfortable you feel, how connected you feel in them, in your relationships. Are these people deep enough? Are they spiritual enough? Okay, do they align with you in those ways? Because you're shedding skin. South Node is in your first house. All right, cool talking to you, Virgo. First card out is the Strength card for this week. Courage, baby, courage. I love that for you because Mars in your 11th house, I think it is working on your courage, especially within groups. Ace of Wands. So I feel like, yeah, you could be getting opportunity. We talked about this a while back when we were talking about Uranus in your 9th house, about how you're about to start getting opportunities outside of your normal environment, connecting with different people. Really connecting to your spirituality, having maybe random spiritual experiences now too, very deep experiences that you need time to process with Neptune in your 8th house. Tell me more about this week, this challenge. The 2 of Cups, relationships, honey. The 5 of Swords. Who are you really? That's what I'm hearing. Who, you know, it's like, whose line is it anyway? I'm hearing like, who are these people really? Okay, so some of you're getting that highlight there. Who are people? And what does it say about your self-worth? 5 of Swords and the Lover's card. So some of you, this is about, again, that intertwinedness, the codependency that could show up in some of your relationships, whether that's you with another, vice versa, or mutually. Okay, because remember, we are getting big ego checks this week. Okay. All right. Some of you could be checking someone else's ego. Again. What's the guidance for my Virgos? Okay. I'm going to put those back. I'm not sure how they're supposed to come out. I didn't even look at them. I just put them back. Okay. The 2 of Wands and the Knight of Swords here. I'm hearing been here before. I'm hearing heard it all before. Okay. Let's see. Clarify. The Courage. 7 of Wands, the Magician, and the 3 of Cups. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Who are you in groups? Who are you in groups? With your friends? What about your friends? Okay, it's gonna have a lot to do with that. You got 7th house, and the 3 of Cups is out here. We cannot ignore that. Okay, I'm hearing the word charisma, charismatic. Some of you are leaning more into that. Okay, some of you are actually leaning into your power in groups. Okay, clarify the 2 of Cups here. The Creator card saying no. 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Swords, honey. Some of you might be thinking you need a certain relationship, you need a certain connection, or that it's good for you. The challenge is going to be unseeing that this week. It's no other way I can really... It's no other way I can really like put that, Virgo. Okay. And it's purposeful. It's a good thing, even if it's hard to see that right now, which I recognize it can be. Okay. So I feel you. Okay. They spinning that another way too. Feeling like you need someone's resources. Spirit's going to show you don't. Okay. I did that because it could be scary. Because you have Uranus in your 9th house, and this 9 of Pentacles here makes me feel like whatever it is, okay, so whatever it is, if it's connected to shared resources, which we talking about that axis here, whatever that is connected to your stability, how stable you feel, or so you think. Okay, so you really need to be, I think Venus is really asking you, like, who you want to be connected to for real, for real. Okay, who do you really want to be connected to? Because you've been seeing some things. Do you like what you see? Okay, you've been seeing some things in people. Do you like it? And you need to be honest with yourself. You can't base it off of superficial stuff. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, and you're gonna pay for it. And I cannot be more realer about that. Like, you're gonna pay for that. Aligning because of superficial things instead of aligning because your heart, your soul says, this is an authentic connection. I don't care how they look. This person looks out for me. I don't care how so-and-so, you know? Okay. This person is safe. This person makes me feel safe. This person has shown me that they are safe. They have not just told me, but they have shown me that, hey, I can trust them. That's what Spirit wants. Okay? And you've been seeing enough, I feel like, to make that call, to make a good call here. I'm hearing that old Janae song. Okay, they just hit me with all the old mixtape throwbacks. Okay, am I talking to the mixtape era of people? Okay, because that's what was out when I was coming up. Mixtapes. They're throwing me back to Janae Aiko, that what is it? Please don't sell your soul. You know, when she was doing that whole play on words with like selling souls, but it's like a play on selling your soul, you know. So they're really honing in on that. Okay. And Janae is a Pisces. Okay. You're natural opposite. Okay. What is Virgo's card that aligns with them the most in this energy? Thank you. Oh my fucking God, dude. This is not your card right now. It says, I am trustful in my relationships. You need to be using this affirmation because although we're talking about relationships and maybe some dissipating, okay, this is going to call in the right ones where you don't have to question, do I trust them? Is this somebody I can trust? Right? I am trustful in my relationships. I think that's a good one for you, Virgo. All right. And that's what I have for you guys. Okay, let me go ahead and clear out the vibes. And I'm actually going to take the time to switch decks real quick. So sometimes I feel like the energy gets a little full. All right, Libra. I already have my other deck prepared. Look at me. All right, this one I am using Modern Witch. Y'all know this one. Oh, let me change the chart to Libra. Okay, Libs. So we're gearing up this week for a full moon in your sign. Make sure you check back because we're going to do a reading of its own for that. But Venus rules you, okay? And your 8th house as well. So it rules your 1st and your 8th house. So perhaps you have been thinking about like how you relate to people that you possibly share things with, that you have shared accounts with. These could be also coworkers. So there's been a lot going on in that space for you. So work has also been a big area of like focus for y'all. There is a spotlight on your relationships, but I feel like unlike Aries, Libra, I feel like this change happening in your relationships is because of you, right? Or maybe enacted by you, or there's elimination on you, okay? There could be some shakeups in shared finances, all right? Because, yeah, with groups that you are a part of, or the direction of certain resources, or where there will be allocated or something like that because of this square. Okay, there could be a strain on resources, a lack or something like that that is surprising to you. And then again, you're going to have that 2nd house square your 5th house, another resource house, okay? So the focus this week is the moon itself. The moon also represents people, okay? Justice in reverse and the 9 of Swords here. So, wow. Okay, the Hangman and the 10 of Swords. With that, I'm hearing this too shall pass. There could definitely be something that the challenge, but I'm seeing the 9 of Swords and Justice in reverse. I could quite literally read that as some type of legal mishap. Whatever it is, it can be resolved, especially if it has anything to do with Uranus, because after the square, Uranus is sextile by Venus. There is some help. Okay, there is some support. Oof, Ace of Cups in reverse is your guidance. The Wheel of Fortune, the Strength card, and the Tower. This is big. This is big. I'm hearing public praise, but I'm also hearing public meltdown. I don't know. That could be connected to you or someone else. Ten of Swords. And the Five of Swords. Oh, God. Nine of Wands. Six of Swords. Whoa. And the Chariot. You are truly seeing something or someone for who they are this week. If there's a workplace romance going on, I have to touch on that very specifically. I feel like there's some type of workplace romance going on, especially if it's of the affair type. I don't think this is a good week for that. I got to be real. I think there's heavy, if somebody said they were going to divorce, somebody said they were going to separate, I know this is very specific, but I am seeing this and I am feeling it intuitively. Okay. They lied. Okay. They lied. And if that's your case, if that is your case, the veil is completely lifting on that. There are 6 major arcanas out here. The veil's completely lifted on that. It's time to put a nail in that coffin. Okay, off of that. Now, that was intense. It felt intense. I make that super intense. For some of you, this is just work itself. Okay, there could be a revelation around maybe lack of support or something like that. Again, a lack of resources where somebody's been lying. There has been some dishonesty. There has been some gossip. It's been a little, stabbing in the back. Maybe a little jealousy. I don't know. Okay, something has not been clean in the buttermilk with whatever this is, and there has been some dishonesty. To see justice in reverse, and that's you, Libra. That is you. Okay, might I add, that is also the full moon that we're about to have. I definitely see you though as your guidance, Libra. Leave the hardship, leave the struggle, whatever that is. If it's that you don't have help or something like that, this is possibly asserting yourself. I'm seeing this, like somebody throw their hands up. So again, Libra, I feel like this is also, if you are one of those Libras who is constantly saying yes, knowing good and well you're saying yes to things you don't really want to do, veils lifting on that this week. And you're really being pressured to be more authentic with that. Okay? Not people please, to say you can't do it and be okay with that. Okay? Let's get your last card. I am peaceful. I am peaceful. Okay. And I don't want you to take that as like turning the other cheek energy, right? Or feeling weak or anything like that. Libra is a sign of peace. Libra likes to keep the peace, but I also feel like whatever this is, right, could have been creating chaos, and you no longer aligning yourself with it actually puts you in perfect alignment for achieving peace in your everyday life. Okay, which some of you, this could manifest as like a lesser load. Okay, because I'm hearing lessening your burden. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Libra. I appreciate you guys. I will see you back here for the Libra full moon, hopefully. And I pray that this week really treats you well and that these messages find you well, are helpful and healing. Let's go ahead and get ready for Scorpio. Alrighty, Scorpio. Okay. Let's see. Scorps. Aren't we just so used to people being unpredictable, right? Like with Uranus in the 7th house, expect more. Okay. Now for us, okay. Um, the moon is very public, okay, and the moon again deals with people. So I mean, expect people to surprise you. Don't. I would say don't have expectations for the type of relationships and people that you want to connect with, but don't necessarily have expectations for people themselves. You know what I mean? Like, just the biggest thing I could say for Scorpios is like just focus on being yourself, being authentically you, really tapping into the things that you truly want, and the right people are gonna come. Okay, because you also have the South Node in your 11th house. We are being disconnected from certain audiences. 11th house is public. We're being disconnected from certain people, certain groups, certain directions in life, Scorpio, and we just have to let it happen. Okay, we have to let our tribe find us. We have to let the right people find us, and we have to be okay with the unpredictability in our 7th house right now, just straight up and down, period. Okay. I do feel like it's thrown a lot of people, a lot of different people our way. And Venus rules that house. I think we have been thinking a lot about who we want to connect with, and I think this is purposeful for Scorpios, so that okay, as Scorpio risings especially, you're not over compromising. You are not over people pleasing, because that what that South Node in 11th house tells me is that there have been instances where you put yourself last to please the people, to please the audience, to please the work colleagues, to please your job. You say, yes, I'll do the overtime, knowing good and damn well you were tired. Knowing good and damn well you wanted to go home and work on your business and work on your painting, your creative project, write that song. Okay, so there will be some shakeups with Uranus, but after the Leo moon squares Uranus, we get a harmonious aspect with Venus. Okay, sextiling Uranus. So again, the right people, the right connections, they are coming. They are finding their way to you by way of your authentic vibration and by way of you really owning the things that make you different and authentically you, as the North Node is teaching you to do in your 5th house. It's okay to be different. Okay, and Pluto in your 4th house. It's okay to be different. Changing the course of your lineage. Okay. All right, let's see how that might break down for you on a more semantical level this week, Scorpio. The Lovers in reverse. 4 of Pentacles. Contracts could be shaky. I'm not gonna lie. Contracts could be shaky. The Lovers in reverse. Or it could be that also, okay, and read that a different way. 4 of Pentacles on the bottom could be that the thing that you feel like you need to hold on to for security, for stability, for acceptance, okay, this is going to be your 11th house stuff. This is going to be that 12th house stuff, maybe 10th house stuff, because that moon in the 10th house, watch your ego, Scorps, watch the ego, okay? Watch the ego, because a lot of what I've been seeing happen, I think I can say this to Scorpios, a lot of what I've been seeing happen, this happened to me and put myself on full blast, is like, I was like looking at something, right? And I was like, damn, like that looks really, really nice. Like, why don't I have that? Like, and then something hit me and I was just like, I don't really like that. Like, I actually would not wear that. I was like, that's not my style at all. Like, so I'm sitting up here like about to be jealous, right? Or like feeling some type of way over some shit. I don't even really, my soul don't even really align with that. It looked good on the person. I'm like, damn, like, why don't I? How come mine don't? And I'm like, because I don't want it that way. Like, so really be mindful of that, okay? Because I'm telling you, I feel like for the Scorps, it could be another person who's like checking the ego for you, okay? Another person, contract or something like that. Now, it's not going to be that for everybody. Some of y'all, you might be checking egos, okay? Or just keeping your ego in check by just being your authentic self and not going after. Scorpio, it's very important that you're not going after what you think society wants you to go after in the 11th house, but going after where your soul and where Venus has been pointing you to. And I think that's going to become more prevalent at this full moon too. Okay, which we'll talk more about in the full moon reading specific for the Libra full moon. But you guys are closing out the past big time. As I say that, justice, the Libra card comes out. Thank you for confirmation. You guys are closing out big time shit. 5 of Swords, past hurts, disappointments. Some hurts, disappointments are going to finally be revealed to you at this full moon. It could be a little challenging. As I say that, cut the deck in the challenging card. The 9 of Wands is there. Thank you so much for the flow and confirmation, Spirit. What's the guidance for my Scorpios? The 3 of Wands. Baby, your future's bright. Okay? And, oh, I heard wide open. If something ends, it is literally an opening because something's about to happen. Some of you are going somewhere. I'm hearing you're going places. Okay? Some of you are traveling this week. Safe travels. All right, you have the 2 of Cups here. You have the Sun. That's that big Leo energy. All right. And you have the Page of Wands here. You are connecting and aligning yourself with something completely different. It's a new alignment. And it's the true you. I feel like you could really be committing to that with the Venus-Saturn conjunction for you. Okay, you have the 5 of Swords. 6 of Cups, 12th house, that's where you're going to be having the Libra full moon. That's the past. And the Knight of Swords here. So much from the past that you're closing out. I mean, I could see you closing out past hurts, heartbreaks. I could see you running past conversations where you're finally realizing, oh my God, that person was like slighting me, or like, you know, whew, that's heavily packed. Okay, whatever it is that you are releasing about the past, about that 12th house, it's meant to bring balance. Okay, honestly, if I'm being quite honest, Scorpio, there could be things that come out that you hear from the past. This person said this. This person was talking behind your back. This person was actually the hidden enemy, you know? So some of those things could be resurfacing so that you can fully just move on and probably move on without feeling guilty. Okay, yeah, look, King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the 2 of Wands. You better fucking hit the ground running. That is your guidance. King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands, and that you have so much to look forward to. You have been planning so much. This full moon in your 12th house that we're going to talk about more, but it feels like this is really honing in for you there. So that's why I'll focus. This is really clearing the path for you. The past is done. Let it go. Whatever this is that comes out, fuck it. It's done. It's a thing of the past. Like your future is much brighter than this. All right, so that's what I'll say for you. Okay, and for some of you, I don't know. I'm hearing liberation. I'm hearing liberation. I need everybody to be mindful. I know I'm just saying this in Scorpio's reading, but Venus goes direct the day after the full moon, and then our next new moon is in Taurus, the other ruler of Libra. I mean, excuse me, the other ruler of Venus. Okay. All right, Scorpio. Oh my God. I am forgiving. Scorpio, that don't mean that they have to be in your life. Doesn't mean that whatever happened was okay. But so that you can have peace because of all this you got moving forward. I don't even think it's going to be something that you have to actively work on. I think this is shadow work that's culminating in the 12th house. You've already been working through this. So I think if something does come out as I'm wrapping up for you, Scorpio, I feel like this is something you've already been working on. You already felt it intuitively. You know, you already been kind of leading up to this. So like I said, I do feel like for everyone this week is big preparation for what we need to release. It's like the universe preparing us emotionally, mentally, spiritually for the release. Okay, so that's what I have for you, beautiful Scorpios. I do pray that those messages find you well, are helpful and healing, loves. Oh, not me spelling Sagittarius all wrong. All right, I have your chart up. I need some water. Sag, I need water. Okay. All right, Sag. Let's see. I'm hearing an old school song come through. I cannot place it. Okay. Please clear it up, Spirit. Please. Thank you. All right. Give me a sec. Leo is your ninth house. Okay. I think this week, Sag, there could be maybe a shakeup in your everyday routine, something you're not expecting, your everyday life. It could have to do with resources. Okay. I'm looking at Uranus in the 6th is going to be activated quite a bit. It's going to be squaring a Leo moon in your ninth house. It could be something that's like, I don't know why. For some of you, it could be if you're traveling, it could be something unexpected while traveling. I think if that's the case, it could possibly, again, have to do with like resources or possibly connecting with certain people. Okay. How you relate to other people. Watch egos, especially I feel like if you're in a foreign place, okay? Like if you're in somebody else's territory, like seriously, you know what I'm saying? Like check your ego. All right, you know, that's like coming up in somebody else's house and being like, hey, I said take your shoes off at the door. Like what? You know, so I don't know why that's coming through, but if that's you, don't be that person. Okay, Sag, don't be that person. I'm a Sag sun, you know, a refined Sag sun. So don't be that. All right. Let's go ahead and start breaking it down. I feel called to just go ahead and start breaking it down for the week in the tarot. Let's see how it might break down more semantically. You are going to be having a full moon in the 11th house. That is the direction of your life. That's the groups and associations. That's public. Okay, like online groups. Okay, the 9 of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe some of you, okay. Some of you could have been like very tired of being tied to certain groups, to certain associations, to a certain line of work, to certain people. Okay. Challenge is the 6 of Swords, 2 of Swords. Yeah, you've been deciding about this, right? You have been deciding about this. 2 of Swords is Libra energy. That's Venus. How you really feel about something. And I mean, this Venus and Mercury is in the heart of like how you really feel about something. The 4th and 5th house. Literally. Okay, so some of you, yeah. Okay, let's see. What's the guidance? The 9 of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Some of y'all might be going back to school. Maybe to put yourself in a better position or something like that, to actually go for a dream that's more aligned with you, because some of you are feeling like your job or something is karmic or something like that. The Fool. 9 of Wands and the Fool. This feels like starting over. This feels like having the courage to start over, having the courage to take the first step on a new journey. The Ace of Wands supporting the Fool. Ooh, and the King of Pentacles here. Now again, yep, look at that. The work card, the 8 of Pentacles coming out with the 6 of Swords. Some of you, this is about changing a job or something about your job becoming stressful or just karmic not being in alignment with you anymore. Okay, some of y'all want to work from home now. Okay, 2 of Pentacles. Some of you want to make what used to be your side hustle your main thing now. Okay. With the 2 of Pentacles there. Clarify the 9 of Cups. The Strength card is all in your courage. The Knight of Swords is all in your belief for yourself. It's all in what you believe is possible, okay, for yourself. And you are, I know that sounds woo-woo. You're a Sag. Get with the woo-woo, okay? You're going to have the Leo moon in your 9th house where Sag naturally rules. Very godly, very philosophical. And yeah, that's going to be squaring the sixth house here. So I do feel like for you, Sag, as I tap into that intuitively, that could really be a thirst, a very deep thirst or yearning for some type of like spontaneity, something different to escape something. Okay. But if that is you, be mindful. Okay. Yeah, because it's connected to your eighth house. That square is going to be connected to your eighth house of like what you feel like you share with other people, or resources. Okay, for some of you there could be some type of unexpected thing, like say you are signing up for school or something like that. There could be some type of unexpected thing as far as like resources or something like that. The Pell Grant, the loan that you were going to get, the grant you were going to get, whatever this is fixable. Okay, it's fixable and it's not the end of the world. All right. Just know that. Okay, so it might be a test of faith. We have a couple tests this week, more so leaning towards Thursday. All right, what's the card for Sag? Card best aligns with their journey this week that they might be able to use as an affirmation if it resonates for them. For Sag. Thank you. I keep my own counsel. So this is a time, yeah, literally for you to be listening to yourself. Like I said, I'm hearing the word whispers, and that describes what I was about to say. This Mercury and Venus being in a very private part of your chart. These are things that you are meant to, all of us, but you especially with them down there. These are things that you are meant to be working out internally so that you make the decision of what really aligns with you. The decision can't be put on anyone else. All right. So that's what I have for you, Sag. I appreciate you, beautiful Sagittarius. I pray that these messages find you well, are helpful and healing. All right. Let's go ahead and get to Capricorn. All right, Cappy, I got your chart up while I am clearing out this energy here. So give me a sec and let's chat about what's going on here. Ooh, okay. How do you want to be seen in the world? That is changing. What you do for work might be changing. You're about to have a full moon up there. And your work house, your most public house, is also the house that Venus rules for you. So like, what do you really value about work? Are you attached? I think for you guys, this is really big. Like, because you had that South Node that was in your fourth house that was also touching on these themes of authenticity, So I feel like for you guys, does your job like really match who you are? And like, I'm hearing the word thrilling. Okay. Is it thrilling? Do you have fun? Is it, are you guys in something just based off of like how it looks? I'm not saying you are, but these are just questions. Okay. These are just food for thought. Okay. If it ain't you, then it's just food for thought. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's tap in. You guys could also see some unexpected shakeups when it comes to possibly shared resources or finances that you have with a partner, a romantic partner, in terms of your business or entrepreneurial endeavors, or even with children, with the fifth house being highlighted. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be about resources or something, because then the moon is going to square after the full moon. Moon's going to move into your 11th house and square your second house, another finance or resource house, or it could be about self-worth. Okay, let's tap in and see how it might break down for you semantically throughout the week. You have the Six of Cups and the Devil. That's Capricorn. That's you. Something about the past. Okay. Demons from the past. Okay. I'm hearing creeping in. Okay, you have Mercury in the 3rd house of Pisces. So there's been a lot of old programming running through your mind here. A lot of old programming, a lot of like how you connect mentally with people. Also, this could be about being overly influenced, okay? Being overly influenced negatively, okay? In that 3rd house, in the mind. Some of you very specifically by female and feminine energies. That's a challenge here. Some of you seeing that from the past, literally, as I say that, the Ace of Swords and the 7 of Cups. That is literally clarity. Clarity. Seeing through the bullshit, seeing through the illusion, but that is coming up in the challenge. It's the guidance here. It's the Hierophant. Wow. And the 3 of Wands. I am hearing you already with the Hierophant. Okay, I am hearing you already. Okay, so like I'm saying, even if there is some like unexpected shakeup with resources or finances, it will be resolved. It will be resolved, okay? Venus makes a sextile to Uranus after the square. Okay, we get a chance to resolve it. And it's not in a harsh way. It's Venus we're talking about. Okay. For you, maybe there's something like with a sibling or something like that that could be of use, of help. I'm looking at your 3rd house. Okay. Or something in your environment, something closer than you think. All right. Yeah. 6 of Cups here. So what I see coming up for you could be old relationship problems. Okay. Could be around shared finances or something like that. Or you feeling like enough or not enough, whatever that is there. It's the guidance. Ace of Cups. 8 of Wands. In the 8 of Pentacles, whatever it is, the guidance is it can be worked out. It will be worked out. With love, we can work this out. With understanding, we can work this out. Something. Okay, whether that's you and another person, which you've had Mars in your 7th house, or you needing to love on yourself more. I'm hearing you don't know what you don't know until you know that you don't know it. Right? So some of you, sorry, there could have been like, really being hard on yourself about certain wisdom or something you felt like you should have had. Give me one more on this challenge here. Oh, no, I don't need one more. Bump that. The challenge is that clarity, okay? Where is your mind in all of this? Okay, the challenge is the clarity. I'm looking at these 2 queens surrounding this emperor here. Whether you're a female, male or female, I really feel like this is about realizing where you have been influenced and really finding your true voice. Like, who are you, Capricorn? Now, I feel like you could feel very powerful this week, though, because of the Venus-Saturn conjunction. And so I feel like you'll get some really big insight into that. But I feel like this is old shit coming up that you feel more equipped to actually deal with. Okay, that's how I could put this. Old stuff coming up, old relationship things coming up, finances, maybe resource things coming up, that you can actually work through, though, or you feel strong enough to work through. Okay, and now with that could be old programming. Okay, you could be having realizations of where you have been overly influenced by people. Okay, and really gaining your power by the end of this week. Okay, to be seen differently. Okay, because you're going to have that full moon in the 10th house. To be seen differently. Some of you going to be maybe shifting jobs, shifting work soon. Okay, yeah, some of you taking a promotion too. Some of you are leveling up. Some of you are leveling up. Okay, some of you are being chosen for something. I was literally about to say that, and your card says, I am accepting. I am accepting. Okay, some of you, This is also, some of you might be giving someone grace. Some of you might be giving someone grace, or vice versa, or mutually. All right, that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I appreciate you guys. I pray that those messages find you all well, are helpful and healing. Let's go ahead and get ready for Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, I have your chart up. So let me just go ahead and take a look at that while I clear out the energy. Just give me a second and then we'll chat about what's happening here. Okay. Wow. Okay. So I see some family stuff going on for you guys. Definitely some relationship tensions happening. As I'm looking at that Leo moon, I was about to say Leo full moon, it's not full. Leo moon squaring Uranus. There could be some emotional upsets. There could be some triggers in your relationships that trigger something in you that maybe you're not expecting. Okay, Uranus rules you. Okay, first house. Or it could be you that other people are not expecting. I feel like whatever this is about, this could be, I think it's other people who have the egos, Aquarius. I'm not gonna lie, okay, the moon. And Leo, I feel like it's other people who have the egos, and it could really be illuminated to you. It could be illuminated where people think they have a certain level of control over you or something, okay? That's how someone's ego could be highlighted. Or, okay, this could most definitely be connected to resources, okay? And someone feeling like, oh, you need me because I pay your bills. You need me because you live with me. You need me because I write your checks, or vice versa. If that's you, I need you because you give me a roof over my head, but you also control me like I'm, I don't know, not human, you know, not a person, you know. So could really be some big themes coming up around that. Some of you, it has to do with work too, because you're going to have a square as well between your 10th and first house. All right. So let's see. Let's break it down. See how it might, you know, play out for you semantically. Get a little bit of the details. Aquarius. Okay. You have the 8 of Swords. Lots going to be revealed around control, around where maybe you have given up some of your power or control to another, or vice versa, where somebody has been really abusing their power in reference to you. What might be the challenge in this energy? Okay, that was weird, but we'll take them. 4 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. Exactly. This feels like conditional stuff, you know? The Page of Pentacles. It feels like, oh my God, because I've experienced this. So I know this. I just need a good example, Spirit. It, like, it's like not genuine help, you know? Like, I don't know. It's like somebody saying like, I'll help you, but you gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually like fucking icky. It's like, I'll help you, but you gotta be this way with me. Like, you can't be yourself. You can't, like, it's like you have to lower yourself, or you have to alter yourself. You have to be in an altered state to accept something from someone, which could have been the case. You know, you could have felt like you had to, right? You know, you could have felt like in order to survive, I have to do this. And I know that sounds very extreme, right? It sounds very taboo and stuff, but it doesn't have to be that deep. It could be that, I mean, I think it is, but it could just be, again, you know, I took this job because I had to. I'm in survival mode, you know? So we've been there, like, you know, so it's no judgment. All right, but I just want to just throw some of these themes out there, you know, from the macro to the micro, from the mundane to the woo-woo. Like, it can be a plethora of things of just where you felt like you had to merge yourself so deeply with another, intertwine yourself so deeply with another, based on what you felt like was secure. Okay, what's the guidance here for the Aquarius this week? You have the Nine of Wands in reverse. It is doing the hard thing. Seriously, it's doing the hard thing. Nine of Wands in reverse, not avoiding it. Clarify. The Eight of Swords is the Magician. Five of Wands and the Three of Pentacles. You don't need what you think you need. You don't need to be connected to what you think you need to be connected to. If it ain't of the Venusian, what Venus has been showing you about your self-worth, okay, because she's in your second house, showing you about your potential to earn just as much as somebody was like giving you or something with the South Node in your 8th house. If it ain't aligned with that, I feel like it could be more of the codependent nature of you, feel more of the illusionary nature, excuse me, like you think that you need it or something. You think that it's adding something to your work. But I feel like Venus has been showing you in your second house, Aquarius, like you have a lot to offer. You yourself, okay, are a bank. Okay, you yourself. Okay, and I think Venus has been wanting you to create connections based off of that, based off of who you are, not what somebody can do for you or what you could do or what y'all could trade off or I don't know. Okay, clarify the challenge here. The Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. Again, I feel like the challenge again ties into this. So the challenge could be really declining offers that devalue you. Seriously, like just straight up disrespect you what they offer. Like, what? That's what you think I'm worth? Huh? Yeah. I feel like the universe could really test you on that. Yeah. Okay, clarify the Nine of Wands here, please. Six of Wands, Ten of Cups, and the Hangman. I don't know why that took so long to come out. I didn't know whether I wanted to say Hangman or the Pisces. It's both. That's interesting. I'm hearing so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now. All right. That is interesting. Yeah, you know, I could see that. If this is about like attention or something, but the wrong attention, remember, like attaching yourself to something, but it's not real, it's of the illusionary nature, there could definitely be that's part of the doing the hard thing, of letting that go. The wrong type of attention or attaching yourself to the wrong type of people here. But honestly, with Venus and Mercury moving between your second and third houses, Aquarius, I truly feel like, you know, this is about resources for a lot of you, but I think that you're coming up with very unique, very innovative ways to make something pop, you know, to capture that audience, to really put your mind to something, to learn something, to better yourself, or just something like that. I don't know. I feel that there. And you've had Mars moving through your 6th house of work and health and your daily grind, your daily activities. So let's see. We'll wrap it up with the card, Spirit. What affirmative card best aligns and resonates with Aquarius's journey this week? All right, you got two. We'll take them. I follow my inner guidance. Period. And I speak with good intent. Mercury's about to go into your 3rd house. That's important. Mercury's moving through your 2nd house, building that self-worth, and then it's going to go into your 3rd house, building upon ideas where it's super comfortable in the 3rd house. So yeah, I speak with good intent is perfectly fitting there. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. I really appreciate you guys. I pray that these messages find you beautiful people well. I hope they're helpful. I hope they're healing. And I'll catch you guys back here soon. All right, let's go ahead and get things up for Pisces. Pisces, I got your chart up. I'm going to clear out the energy and just kind of stare at your chart and chat with you. So bear with me. Everything's going to be timestamped. Give me a second. Let me look at your chart. I'm hearing, how do I fit in? Which something could be about community, because Venus is retrograde in your first house, but it rules your third house of local communities, your mind, and your eighth house of shared things. So eighth house can also involve other people because it's not your resources, it's somebody else's. Okay, so you've been evaluating that. You had an eclipse in your seventh house, clearing out some of your relationships, transforming some of your relationships. Okay, and I think Venus really connecting you back to who you are in the first house. Venus loves Pisces. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's see how it might break down semantically for you. There is going to be a change and ending and evolution in shared resources, something that you share with other people. That can involve contracts. Okay. And that could be a play off of what started or what was getting eclipsed with that Virgo eclipse, because the seventh house is also contracts, right? And then it rolls into the eighth house of things we share with other people. So just, you know, be mindful of that. Okay, what's the theme here? Okay, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Could definitely be an unexpected call, unexpected message, or something that you are receiving. Perhaps about resources, something like that. Some of you, this could be an unexpected like call. This is not to frighten you or anything like that. Unexpected like call or communication from like a school or something like that. If you have children. Okay, or something dealing with your children, it is fixable. It is fixable. Okay, whatever it is. So please do not let that scare you. It is fixable. Okay, Venus is going to sextile that same Uranus. Okay, that day. So that's tomorrow. That would be Tuesday, excuse me. Okay, but everything's not exact, so give or take some days. Okay, this week. All right, so I just kind of want to throw that out there, but. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I do sense maybe some impatience or something popping up here. What's the challenge? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Got it. Six of Pentacles. Because I was about to say, it could be like somebody... okay, let me put into an example. Like, it say, for instance, let's go with that school example or something. Like, you signed your child up for something, and you're getting the call like, we didn't get the payment, or like, it didn't go through, or you were actually supposed to pay this amount, and you know, something really annoying like that could happen. But then, say for instance, with that sextile, you know, you could get help from like a shared resource, right? With Venus ruling your eighth house, because Venus is going to sextile Uranus. Venus also rules your third and eighth house, right? So you could get maybe your brother, your sister, your sibling loans you the money. Okay, it gives you the money really quick so you can go pay for the thing. Okay, so that's something that I'm getting come up, and I kind of leaned into that example because of this, all these pentacles that came out. So far, you only have pentacles out, and the challenge came out as the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, but the Six of Pentacles, a gift, on the bottom of the deck. So just kind of want to explain why that came up for me. All right, what is the guidance going to be here for this Pisces in this energy? The Two of Wands. I'm hearing the show goes on. I'm actually hearing that Lupe Fiasco song, the show goes on. So keeping the show rolling. Let's see. Seven of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Literally, I don't know why, but this feels like, it could feel like a false start. Okay, so I feel like this is more so in the beginning of the week. Like, I feel like this is being really specific for you guys with this Uranus square or something, or the unexpected energy could feel like something that you wanted to start, right? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. But something's preventing it. Something outside of your control, right? Something is slowing it down, is delaying it. I don't want to say preventing it. I feel like, again, it is a false start. In fact, please clarify the Seven of Swords. Please clarify the Seven of Swords. For Pisceans. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. It's just a hardship, okay? But the Four of Swords is there, and the Four of Swords is where we're going to also have the full moon. That's Libra, where Venus is, or what Venus rules, okay? So whatever that is, I don't feel like it's the end of the world, okay? Wow. Now this is big. Your challenge, okay? The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is clarified by the Devil, Justice, and Temperance. What? Clarify the guidance that give me a bigger picture. Okay, Pisces. So some of you, I've got to say this, if it ain't you, just let it roll on off your back. That's what my that's what my Philharmonic conductor used to say to us in class in college. Okay, just be like a duck and let the water just roll off your back, right? So if it ain't for you, do that. Some of you, you're gonna have to you might be in a position, you know, to accept help, to not let your ego get the best of you with something, okay? Where you might maybe need some assistance or need to call on like community or be a part of that community, or, you know, kind of surrender, I don't know, to those energies, to some type of help or something. Okay. Give me one more on this challenge section for Pisceans, please. Okay. Okay. Or also for you guys, right? Because you're about to have the full moon in the 8th house. Yeah, I don't know. It's like letting something change there. Letting something change with like how you share with people or what you share with people. Literally, the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles in the Page of Swords. Why am I hearing that? Like, ask for what you want. Page of Swords in Judgment here. Also, I feel like that Page of Swords in Judgment, that could play into that false start energy. Okay, where you get some type of communication that makes it seem like something is not, you know, going a certain way or meant to move forward. But again, I feel like that's a hurdle that is overcome by the end of the week. Okay. What affirmative card best aligns with Pisceans on their journey this week, Spirit, that they might be able to use as an affirmation that they resonate with? Thank you. It says, I keep the waters pure. How is that for a Piscean? I keep the waters pure. I keep the waters pure. Now, some of you, this is closing out help from the wrong people. Okay, closing out support from, yeah, those people who are tied to like that ego energy. Okay, this is closing out a contract. Some of you are closing out karmic contracts that are just, it's time to let them go. Yo, and this, oh my God, this says, I respect the property of others. Literally the Libra full moon for you guys. Literally the Libra full moon for you guys. Literally. Okay. Oh, okay. For some of you, this could be about like a move or something else. Okay. Some communication about a move, a home, a purchase, a contract, a negotiation. Okay. All of that just came up. All right. I appreciate you so much, Pisceans. I really do pray that these messages find you well, are helpful and healing. I appreciate all of you who came through today. It was really hard for me to kind of gauge that and see, just because of the setup. And I've been trying new things and just really trying to get everything to flow the way I needed to feel comfortable, stable enough, you know, to come on as much as I really want to. And I've got some things working out in my schedule on the back end, you know, so I just want to make sure that all the technical stuff and all this streaming and YouTube stuff is running well, because for me, a Capricorn 3rd house, I'm just like, I don't have time for this. Like, I wish I could just hire somebody to do it. But I'm learning, okay? And so I appreciate you guys. That is what we have for this week, what to expect. Please come back check your sign. It will be timestamped. Let me know how it all plays out for you. And I will be seeing you guys very soon. Please enjoy the rest of your moon day. Stay safe in these storms. And thank a meteorologist, okay? Thank these weather people out here saving our lives. Thank your child's teacher, okay? Thank your local fire department. Thank your local police department. These are the real celebrities. These are the real heroes. I appreciate you guys. And thank you to all of you if you are one of them, okay? Or anyone that I did not mention. Your cashiers, everything, okay? These are celebrities, okay? These are the people that make the world go round. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I pray. Look at, not my amethyst just rolling to me like, come to me, okay? Baby, come to me. All right, I'm getting silly. I'm off of here. I love you guys. I pray these messages find you well, are helpful and healing. Enjoy the rest of your moon day. Peace.